Drumstick roll, please. President Donald Trump has officially spanked Joe Biden on his bare, lazy, family-loving ass and won the 2020 presidential election. President Trump won by so many votes that they spilled over into other countries' elections, making him now also the president of Bolivia. How about that? And yet still, the liberal media is refusing to accept something they don't like, and I am not projecting.
Is the State Department currently preparing to engage with the Biden transition team? And if not, at what point does a delay hamper a smooth transition or pose a risk to national security?
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
Okay, clearly Pompeo was joking. It will not be smooth. Now let's bring in Democratic New York Congresswoman Kathleen Rice. What's up, Congresswoman?
How are you?
Congresswoman Rice, I trust I'll see you at the November 14th pro-Trump rally where we'll be thrashing fishing boats around on the reflecting pool. So which Godsmack song are you going to play on your tinny speakers?
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to be at the dentist, which will be a lot less painful. So that's what I'll be doing.
Well, I'm going to be playing I Stand Alone.
How could there be a president that I didn't vote for? Imagine going to a restaurant and you order a meatloaf and they bring you out a 3-egg frittata. Bad restaurant. Bad. Nope.
And think about the 2000 Florida recount. It took a month to figure out those 500 votes. It could take 4 years to figure out these 500,000 votes.
That's a great point. Now, we have to give the Democrats credit for keeping their election fraud so hidden, no one could find it. The pro-mask perverts at the New York Times reports, election officials in dozens of states representing both political parties said that there was no evidence that fraud or other irregularities played a role in the outcome of the presidential race. The conspiracy is so deep that everyone not in my immediate circle is involved. Congresswoman, will you admit it? Democrats covered their tracks for stealing the presidency by losing seats in the House.
Well, thankfully, it's not even open to debate that this election was done fairly without any fraud. I mean, you had everyone at every level of government other than President Trump saying that.
I mean, I saw dead people voting, foreigners voting. I saw the Beatles at my polling place saying shit like, yes, we're all alive here, mate. Must be voting for the Joey Biden before I smash back on my yellow submarine.
You know, I rounded up dozens of tramps and hobos at the rail yard and they stuffed the gold nuggets I gave them in their pockets and they told me incredible tales of deceit.
Exactly. My vote was suppressed. My polling place told me I couldn't park inside the building.
Well, as for me, when I looked down at my ballot, a mist descended over my eyes and a chill ripped through the air. Everyone seemed to melt away in the fog, and I heard only a child's voice begging for me to help her find her lost locket. As I fumbled blindly in this darkened miasma, I found the keepsake, and as I wrenched open the pendant, whose portraiture was inside? None other than Joe Biden. This might have happened to countless other voters.
Yeah, exactly. The locket? Come on. Congresswoman Rice, this is scary stuff. Despite a growing chorus of people close to Biden asking him to concede, we got, Jill, Hunter, Major, he still refuses. Who does he need to hear from to accept reality, assuming Billie Eilish is not available?
Well, the American people actually need to hear from Donald Trump. He should do the right thing. He's never really been known to do the right thing. But I believe eventually he's going to see the writing on the wall and finally do what every other loser in the past has done, which is concede.
Now, libs keep saying peaceful transitions of power are a great and badass American tradition. Nuh-uh, they ain't. For instance, here's Trump covering his nuts because Obama had been trying to nut tap him all day.
Here's Biden giving Pence a stone-cold stunner before making the vice president break his marital vow with that American flag.
Here's Michelle telling Melania that before she leaves, she will pour concrete into all the toilets, rendering them unusable.
This is not the first time Obama has been photographed attacking someone. Obama clearly headbutted that kid's hand right here.
Congresswoman, can you reassure our viewers that the incumbent president stomping around like a baby is a common feature of a healthy, functioning democracy?
Well, thankfully not for much longer. And I think most people see this as the days go by and the concession fails to appear. There will be a groundswell from the public that will ultimately force Donald Trump to do the right thing.
If someone tried to live in my house, I'd be mad too. A bird flew in my house, made a nest inside my mega box of 500 Ace hardware brand tampons. I let him stay. But you know what? He had to live by my rules. Rule number 1, I don't want to see a plate in the sink.
Bonnie, we gotta move on. The battle for control of the Senate comes down to 2 races in Georgia, including one between your annoying son-in-law with prominent shoulder blades, John Ossoff, and commercial husband of some lady with Crohn's, David Perdue. During the general election, Ossoff's campaign denounced Perdue Perdue for running a now deleted Facebook ad by Perdue's campaign that appeared to make Ossoff's nose look larger, accusing Perdue of playing on anti-Semitic tropes. Perdue's camp denied this, claiming a photo filter had the unintended effect of lengthening Ossoff's nose and no other part of his face, then putting his face next to Chuck Schumer's and accusing them both of buying Georgia's elections. One wrong click and Photoshop made all those goofs. That's unfortunate. Now, everyone shut up so I can get remorseful as Perdue still hasn't apologized, but I'm a bigger man. While discussing the race, I inadvertently accused John Ossoff of being Jewish. To set the record straight, John Ossoff is a decent man. To accuse someone of being Jewish, that's not who I am. To show my contrition, I am making a donation in Ossoff's name to the Tyler Templeton Foundation, supporting missionary outreach to Ethiopian non-Christians. I thank you for giving me this space to grow.
Actually, John Ossoff is Jewish.
I knew it. Congresswoman, I sympathize with Perdue because one time I pressed the wrong key and my printer spat out the protocols of the Elders of Zion. But do you buy David Perdue's story?
I think the people in Georgia have a pretty good idea of who David Perdue is, which is why the race was so close. And I think, on January 5th, the voters in Georgia are going to have another opportunity to speak with a loud voice and actually get rid of Perdue in his position.
I just want to add something unrelated. If anyone says literally anything about anything in Israel, I will dangle you out a window by your ankles.